defections in the southern parts of the country. We saw in Delta State. Now let's see if we can join Dr. Musa Isa Matara, who is the Internal Quality Assurance Manager and also doubles as the Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress. Hello and a very good morning to you, Dr. Musa. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Express today.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fantastic.
That's very good.
We were expecting you here in the studio, but I guess you couldn't make it.
Yeah, really precisely. Is the issue of vehicle that just dropped off from my way.
Always unpredictable. Well, very quickly, let's delve right into it. We have seen a rather clean sweep of Delta State by the All Progressives Congress yesterday, where the governor, the former governor, his deputy, alongside so many other top wigs, big political members of the PDP defected to the APC. And this is not just in Delta State. We saw the same occurrence similar to that in Enugu State, where about 150 persons defected from the Labour Party and the PDP to the APC. But the same occurrences took place in Ondo, in Jigawa, quite a number of states in the country, even in Kano. We have been seeing all of these defections. However, we haven't really been seeing much from the ADC. Is this safe to say that the ADC is well grounded and its members are ever loyal to the party when it comes to the political scene in the country?
Really, of course, once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity in these very important television stations. The issue is that in ADC, saying we, as I told you earlier when we were discussing, there is no such kind of internal or external arrangement or coalition with any political party. But what is happening currently in Nigeria is highly unprecedented, unpredicted, simply because some politicians, because of their self-interest, they are decamping from their mother party or from the party which they are card-carrying members in that party, and they have recognition nationally and internationally, but they are defecting to another ruling party simply because they are thinking if they go to ruling party, they will have a separate land. Just a separate land. It's not just for political, you understand, it's not for the public interest. It is just for their personal interest. So issue of coalitions is not something for an individual decisions making, but rather it is a collective responsibility of the party to make decisions and endorse a certain candidate who has the capability, who has the all to do, and who the party thinks that it can lead nation, it can lead the nation into a safer land. But when you look at now, the recent depictions of the then vice president of 2023 PDP, a candidate, and then the governor of another state also are defecting from their party to a ruling party. Likewise, in Kano, we have such similar cases whereby the senator of Kano South and his incumbent and the remaining House of Representatives from NLPP are also defecting to what? They are defecting, moving to APC.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, it is highly unprecedented in politics, because if these things bring so much crowds, so much problems into political setting. All these things, what we are referring to political proximity. You understand this? Because it is supposed to be collective responsibility of the party, not an individual decision making to just move from his party to another party.
But this is not an individual decision, I might add, Dr. Isa. It's the fact that not just the governor, but perhaps the entire cabinet, the entire political structure in the of the PDP in Delta State has been crashed into the APC. This is a collective decision, don't you think so?
But did they consult their national office? Did they consult the national stakeholders who are responsible to make final decisions on whether to move or not to move? And then at the same time, what can they tell the nationals, or what can they tell the citizens of Nigeria? What was their reasons of defecting from their party to the ruling party? They have no reasons. If I'm asking you, Delta, the entire structure of the Delta moved to APC, it means Delta, are they only the ruling, or are they only the NWC of People Democratic Party?
Well, some of the complaints that they cited were the current instabilities rocking the People's Democratic Party and the fact that most of the top political bigwigs within the party are at loggerheads and no proper structure has been set up ahead of the 2027 general elections. This is one of the complaints that the Delta State Governor Sharif, alongside all the members of the PDP that defected there, raised.
Okay, if it is that decisions, really, of course, Sharif has done very well, because to look at it now, I always sympathize with Atiku Abubakar. Why? Because Atiku Abubakar lacks the structure in the entire nations, in the entire country. Meaning that in Nigeria, he lacks grassroots structure, which can lead him to a successful candidature. Because what he has as a political move, it is quite, of course, a laxity. There is no concrete structure for PDP. Just only, I think, the presidential candidate of PDP is insisting to become the presidential candidate, but on the grassroots, he lacks grassroots politics. He is maybe using some kind of people who are not deeply in grassroots politics. They are just Abuja-based politicians to maybe outsmart him, to collect some huge amount of money and tell him this and that. They can bring their state. Well, even in their state, nobody knows them as far as political movement is concerned. So the failure, I can see it is from the presidential candidate of PDP. She ought to know how he or what way is he going to follow to structure. He has all the time, he has all the means to structure his own party so that the chances of winning national election or presidential election, it is quite obvious. But if you look at now, whether there will be a coalition or there will be no coalition, almost all the candidates, all the presidential candidates has given the chance to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win 2027 general election.
Including the ADC?
ADC, as I can tell you, we are, I told you earlier, we are currently being also under this kind of subjugation of prostration. As I can tell you, ADC has a lot of crisis internally. Even though just over the last 2 weeks, we were able to mend some corners, you understand? But still, as I can tell you, so as you said, some people were being inserted into ADC, you understand, to create havoc in the party. You understand? I can tell you now, we have almost 16 state chairmen who were being, you understand, undermining the party to move it its own progress. You understand this? So in ADC, what we are doing now is not just to collide with any party, but rather we are sitting preparing to see that the base of our party, the foundation of the party is being maintained, and at the same time we look at the candidates from our party. We are not saying that definitely we will win presidential election, but still we have the feeling that, God willing, ADC will make a significant move in 2027 general election, especially at House of Assembly seat, House of Representative seat, because now by the law that is being, you understand, under second regions, the electoral process is now undergoing some changes, which inshallah will bring a lot of benefit to common men that are voting the right candidate for their own choice.
Well, let's talk about the constitution of the ADC, in particular, the laws concerning defections and party participation in general. What does it say when it comes to defections? Is it generally allowed? Must consultations be made? At what point does a defection go against the constitution of a party like ADC?
In ADC, as in other party, as in other political party, it goes along with electoral laws, electoral acts. And at the same time, in ADC, anybody who has the party membership of any political party or inclined with the move of any political party, either physically or in a hidden form, if it's been discovered or it's discovered that he's engaging in one political party, he's completely dismissed from the party. And his membership is being withdrawn. That is the first. That is section 17. If you look at it, section 17 of the party, it is stated this. And at the same time, in ADC, we don't allow our party member to join any political groups in whatsoever activities until when he or she consulted the main body of the ADC, which is the national body.
Is that why the ADC is not part of the CUPP?
We are not part, because some people are coming to join us for that coalitions. Some people are consulting us to enter into coalition. If you look at it, the coalition in Nigeria, to whom are you going to collide with? That you can collide your party with, and if care is not being taken, you will end up diluting, or you end up destroying your structure and join maybe a greener poster that you may think as a greener poster, but rather it's just a heap of fingers, meaning that it's just a water with a finger. You understand that? Some politicians like SDP now, when people are saying SDP is coming up, but if you look at the structure of SDP and the kind of people that are coming into SDP, are they reliable by people that can lead Nigeria into a promising land? They are not. Some of them were governors in their various states. Some of them were senators in their various states. Some of them they held political positions in their state. But if you go back and track record of what they did in their state or at their senatorial district, did they contribute meaningful to the democratic development in their state? So meaning that if care is not being taken, somebody joining a party that will never give him, you understand, even chance to come out and speak. Because by joining yourself with people that are moving now to SDP, or by joining yourself to some group of politicians, you will political potentiality. But ADC is a well-planned party. We have all the plan. By now, we have seen that some states are accepting our party policies, are accepting our party manifestos. So therefore, in one proverbial saying, movement slowly will never hinder around. Meaning that as we are moving gradually, one day we will prosper and will become the leader of this country. And obviously I told you that it is the promising land of all Nigerians. And at the same time, it is the credible alternative political party that each and every Nigerian is supposed to join ADC. I urge Nigeria to go and read our manifestos. Go and read our constitution. There is nothing that stated in the constitution before you join ADC, you must pay this, you must buy this, you must purchase this, you must go and see this. No. Our party is free, coming, but only will give you the criteria for being a party member. And it is a party for youth. It is a party for women. It is a party for disabled. Go to all the political party. It is just of recent. Some political party are saying people with disability will be given chance. But let me tell you something. The director national strategic planning of ADC is a cripple. It's a disabled person. The current national financial secretary, the current national financial secretary of our party is disabled. So it means we include women, we include youth, we include disabled persons. It means it is the only
inclusivity for the ADC.
Inclusivity.
It's all about inclusivity for the ADC, you mean?
Yeah, it is highly creative. That is why last 2 months we established global campus, political global campus. That political global campus, there is a campus that is made to train young politicians on the political tactics, political strategy, even to digitalize our political system. You understand this? The campus is established by the current leadership, Chief Rap Lonsu. He's a very good person, a very well strategic person. So he established this. We are now under training. Even I myself am part of the trainees. We are undergoing some training of political practice, how we can make Nigeria better.
Now, understand that ADC doesn't have any state governor all across the country, and the party, in as much as you have cited that you have very wonderful manifestos, your constitution is one that allows for inclusivity of all persons across board, women, youth, the disabled, anybody at all that has something to offer. Well, ahead of the next general elections, Dr. Isa, what are the targets of the ADC? Do you see a possible, spread out of members of your party in key political positions across the country? Is this a projection you are willing to boldly make?
Precisely. We have the hope. In the last election of 2019, we had just only one House of Representatives. It was just only one House of Representatives that won election under the platform of ADC. In the 2023 elections, we were able to produce two House of Representatives from the same states. And then in some other area of the northern Nigeria where I particularly, you understand, witness the kind of strategies of our party, we made a very significant move whereby in some senatorial district we happen to be the second, you understand, candidate after APC or the ruling party of the state. Then the next candidate, as far as votes is concerned, is ADC. Then at the same time, we had underground planning, and which we started it right from the day one that was elections for that the presidential election was conducted. We started planning of 2027 general election. That is why now our campus is established to train our activists in this move. And at the same time, you can see we are planning to see by 2027 our target is to produce certain number of House of Representatives, certain number of senators in the National Assembly, and by God willing, we will produce governors from north, from south, from anywhere in Nigeria. Because in south, take example Abia and current Bayelsa, our national leader, you understand, appointed people who are well known in the political activities of those states, and they are contributing significantly. Even last 3 months, we were in Delta, we were in Abia State doing some activities of reviving and maybe restructuring the party, because it's just a strategy. It's just a strategy to make the party to have the chance of winning, you understand, 2027 general election. So ADC, even if ADC is to have a coalition with any movement, that movement must come clearly to state what are their targets. All their hidden agenda must be explained.
Well, Dr. Isa, what do you make of assertions by certain political observers of Nigeria's polity that the current administration is rather dragging the country into what might be considered a one-party state, with the president's tight grip on the southeast and the south-south? We've seen these defections, and more defections are possibly coming up before May 29th. What is your take on this particular assertion?
So you can see Nigerian politicians, especially those who tested the honey of public funds, who tested the treasure of the country, they don't want to go back and do work for the masses. They rather prepare to join a journey, even if that journey is not clean as they want it to be. They don't want to miss chance of being part and parcel of movement, even if the movement will not contribute anything significantly to their country. Political culture and political morality in Nigeria is nowhere to be found. Because politicians are supposed not to do politics simply because of what he will get. He ought to plan something that you want to produce or project or establish to his own community and our society in general. But now our politicians, because of the immorality in politics, almost all the politicians are helter-skelter, rolling from their party to join the ruling party.
Okay.
Because their aims is not for the populace. Their aims is not for the country. Their aims is not to. Let me tell you something. No single individual, those that are moving from their party to another party, they are doing this because of the citizenry. They are doing it personally. That is why the political morality is not that to be found in Nigeria. So that is the essence. So that is why ADC now want to reposition itself at the first opposition party, because we are not going to compromise with our party manifestos. We are not going to compromise with our party status as far as our party is concerned, because we do believe that our party is doing well. Doing well in the sense that it is the party of poor masses. Masses from anywhere you are, regardless of whether you have or you don't have. If you can come and join our party, you have all the chance as our leader, as our NWC. Somebody from what now become a leader in the national cabinet. From what level? Because the party gives chance for growing. It depends on your contribution. So now a governor complete defected from his party. From the party he won election to another party, ruling party. If you ask him what was his reason, he can't tell you a precise and comprehensive reason of doing that. Then a vice presidential candidate defected from his party to another party. If you ask him why did he do this, he can't tell you. Because it is our country, meaning that Nigeria is moving to one party system, which is an anarchy, system of government.
Well, you understand this? Well, an individual.
So we need to.
Doctor, an individual like Dele Momodu had mentioned that the reason why some members of these opposition parties are defecting to the APC is due to EFCC cases that are hanging on their heads, and they want to move to the APC so that their sins will be pardoned. This is the assertion of Dele Momodu. I don't know if you share the same thoughts or you have a different opinion on this.
You know, this is just like an assertion. As an assertion, but vis-a-vis, it is and it may be. You understand this? Why am I saying this? Some have their own, you understand, back maybe hobbies aside, where government is taking them the one case or the other. So they are thinking if they move to APC, they will be sheltered. You understand? They will be given shelter. You understand, to do whatever they are doing. And that was why in my statement, what I said, all those that are defecting from their party to the ruling party, if you ask them, and what was the benefit, what was the reason that led them to do this, they can't tell you a single reason. The only reason they can tell you, their party lacks structure. So who is coming to structure their party? Like PDP.
Who is going to structure it if they are all running away?
They will send an angel to structure their party. They need to revive their party. Then like what happened in Kano. Kano Sumaila, a person of Kano Sumaila from Kano State, a senator, won election under the black of NNPP with his entourage and the national. Then if you ask them, they will tell you that it is their crisis with Konkosia. Maybe as a result of their crisis with Konkosia, that is why they defected. But they cannot tell you. Before the crisis of Konkosia, is it not that the same Konkosia that brought them into the leadership cabinet? So therefore, we need to be just. We need to be just in the sense that our country needs our help. Our country needs our contribution. Wallahi, Nigerians are suffering. Hunger is killing many. Insecurity is disturbing our country. We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. If you go to deep north, you will find somebody maybe reach over 25 years or 30 years of age, and he has never in one day get 10,000 naira in his life. 10,000 naira.
That's very shocking, Dr. Isa.
So therefore, economically we are crippled. And those bad leaders that are crippling the economy. Nigeria have abundant resources which can make all citizens to enjoy, to do their life. Even our living standard supposed to change. But if you look at now, the high price or the proliferations of price inflation. You understand the insecurity and the issue of a lot of things are crippling Nigerian development. Why? Because if they allow we masses to develop. Yes,
well, Dr. Isa, let's talk about these defections more in-depthly and what the law says concerning defections and to what level are defections one too many. In so many previous administrations since the inception of the Fourth Republic, we have seen defections happening where individuals defect from opposition parties to the ruling party of the day, whether it be the PDP or the APC in this case. However, we have not seen it as numerous. We have not seen it as en masse as we are seeing it right now. It appears to be a clean sweep. It appears to be swift. And there is even a deadline to the defections, May 29th. Is there a threshold? Is there a limit to which individuals can defect from opposition parties to the ruling party in the country as inscribed in the constitution or anywhere at all?
Yeah, constitutionally and as it entails in the Electoral Act, the politicians or a political party, a member of political party can defect from his own political party to another political party simply because of 2 or 3 reasons. One, there are maybe unresolvable cases in the party, crisis in the party, or he discovered that the other party or the party that is defecting to has more, you understand, cogent manifestos better than his own party. Or he discovered that his party is not helping the development of Nigeria, so that he has reason to defect to that, or there are some a faction created in the party which cripple the development of the party, so he can defect or she can defect. But and if not in this case, you have no right to defect from your party, and in the defection process, it's just like resignations from your place of work. If you want to resign from your place of work, you have to give notice. By giving notice, the leaders of the senior staff of your place of work will look at the merit of either to allow you to go or to give you some maybe cushioning work or cooling your temper so that you can come back and work well. And then you can also look at it if there is anything new you created in the party or in the place of work. As I refer to place of work, you will be asked to return back all the belongings that are in your custody. You understand? So that you can resign. But now, as I said, most of the politicians that are defecting from their political party to another political party, if you trace back their history, even that political party that gave them chance, you understand, they were being given chance not because they are card-carrying member of the party, but just because they joined political movement or they join the movement of that party. Like in PDP, most of those that are defecting, if you go and trace them, you will find that they are not from the PDP. They are not members of PDP. If you go to NPP, those that are defecting, they defected from one party, you understand, to the NPP, and now they are defecting back to their party. So you can see the calling cries of politics in Nigeria is unprecedented. And if we say this is what will be the political culture in Nigeria, Nigerian democracy, or democratic consolidations of Nigeria will one time become, you understand, distracted. Simply because all politicians will be willing to be in ruling party, not to build the morality or not to build, you understand, the political culture in their country. Do you understand this?
I understand you. Yeah, carry on.
This depression is nothing but, rather, you can call it as lack of sympathy, lack of plan, lack of cogent what to do to the people under you. Because if you have an agenda on why you join PDP, you ought to stay in PDP no matter what. Take an example of the former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido. Since the very day he joined, since the very day he joined PDP up to today, Sule Lamido has never think even one day to move out of PDP. And those kind of people, they are very few in Nigeria. And that is why we ADC, we don't want to move to any party. We don't want to join any party. We want to build as president, because the journey of politics is not today or tomorrow. And it is a long journey. Because of the issue, we want to consolidate the democracy in Nigeria. Allowing one party to rule, you understand, it hampered the political system of Nigeria. Allowing one party to rule, it shows that the presidency is not doing well. You understand this? If the presidency is doing well, definitely you must have a pressure group, you must have some opposition groups, you must have some people that will be querying government, so that the issue of accountability is there, so that government will be accountable of whatever they are doing. But when you join the ruling party, can you ask them to account what they are doing? You cannot. So it means we the pressure group.
Dr. Aliu, because you're part of the system, you cannot hold the system accountable. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, if you are part of the system, there is what Adams is saying. If you cannot beat them, join them. But that is it is a very bad.
Well, Dr. Isa, if you're still with us on the line, how would you assess the situation of the democratic system in the country at the moment? Hello, Dr. Isa, are you with us? Hello, Dr. Isa?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Well, I was asking about your assessment of the democratic system in the country at the moment. Some political analysts have called it dysfunctional. Some have called it a flawed democracy, while others have praised the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, citing that he's a champion of democracy and is upholding the models and all that entails to a proper democratic system. On what side do you fall on? Are you for or against the style of democracy currently being practiced in the country as it stands with all of these happenings that we're seeing?
As generally, I will not to against the democratic system that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is implementing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
First, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a politician. And besides being a politician, is a grassroots politician. Let us be honest. Then, he is a philanthropy that makes his own structure right from the time he started his movement with MK Abiola.
Yeah.
And that was why you can see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had all connections both in northern Nigeria and in southern Nigeria. Has people that can stand for, and there is no region of the country that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu do not have 1% or 2% that can do for him. You understand this? And as a grassroots politicians, definitely some analysts must come up with this finding that yes, he has been recorded in so many documents, in so many political documents, right from the Second Republic, First Republic, up to this time where we are in the Third Republic of Democracy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu played a very vital role in politics. You understand? Even before he became the governor of Lagos State, he was a politician and he has been in politics in one way or the other, and he has been contributing in that aspect. So definitely now, Nigeria has never ever produced a president with this kind of record. You understand, in politics. I'm not talking about education, I'm not talking about issue of civil service, I'm not talking about business. But in terms of politics,
personal political experience.
So that is why I'm coming, please.
Okay.
From political perspective, that yes, he's a politician. But what is currently happening in Nigeria, with all his track record of politics, what is currently happening in Nigeria, we can say his administration failed. Because he ought to understand what Nigeria needs. He ought to understand, because he has been planning to become the president of Nigeria. He has been planning to become the president of Nigeria. Then, what does he have on ground? Or what did he have? All this wealth that you want to make Nigeria. You have to understand that the economy of the town, and then the issue of living standard in Nigeria, it has gone a very difficult point. So it means, as a politician as he is, with all this track record, he needs to revive his own template of plan of what he comes into Bila to do for Nigerian. Then what did he write before he come to Bila? Because Nigerian are suffering. If President Buhari did such kind of things to Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed was supposed not to be done like this, because he is a politician. A politician's politics is for the masses, is for the people, by the people, for the people, as it was defined. So it means he needs to have more projects, more programs, more implementable things that will make Nigeria and revive the glory of our past. Yeah. Nigeria's glory has to be revived under his own leadership, because he has all the necessary it takes for him to revive Nigeria. But if you look at it, what is currently in Nigeria, what is currently happening in Nigeria, even at layman, somebody who has never been into politics can do what they are doing. You understand? What are the development plans? What are the development plans of Nigeria? What do they have as an indices for you to checkmate their progress or otherwise? Things are falling apart in Nigeria. Things are falling apart. I'm telling you, villagers are dying. Villagers are dying. You understand? And that is why the proliferations of insecurity is all as a result of this economic climate change and what have you.
But Dr. Isa, on insecurity, the president has recently met with heads of security and intelligence agencies, and he has asked them to take care of the security matters in the country. He has also read the Riot Act to them, and stating that they should ensure that they bring an immediate and effective end to it. Isn't the president working towards that regard?
He has done well, but I do believe action is better than speech. Action is better than speech. If you call back, during the administrations of President Buhari, there was rampant insecurity in the northwest, rampant insecurity in the north center. You understand this? But when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes into power, nobody can tell you what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did to curtail and minimize the level of security challenge. I think 6 months after inception into the Bila, or after becoming the president of Nigeria, the security challenge were drastically reduced to the very minimal point. You get me right? And at that time, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not come out and tell the security chiefs, curtail the issue of this, that. No, he knew what he did. He really did well. The route from Kaduna to Abuja was unbearable before. It was unbearable. You cannot even travel from Kaduna to Abuja by road. Even by train, it was also a deadly road. It was also a deadly red line. You understand this? But when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes into power, at least he didn't utter any words concerning security. But within the 6 months of him being in power, the issue of security were drastically reduced. And we were happy with what he did. Nobody knows where and how Bola Ahmed Tinubu followed to curtail the issue of that security. Because the issue of security is not individual work. It is a public work.
Yeah.
It is only the government that curtails the issue of security. So now, by coming out verbally to say that I gave you so time to curtail the issue of security, it means you are giving those people concrete a point line that yes, now people are coming to Jesus. Let us drop down our work. Let us stop doing what we are doing. You understand this? But at least what he did on the 6 months of his inception, you understand? Let him follow that same way and remove the security challenge in Nigeria.
All right, Dr. Isa, we must thank you so much. I'm afraid time is not on our side, but this has been a very interesting conversation with you concerning the laws and leadership of Nigeria's political parties. And we do hope that we will have you here again in the studio next time to talk on more topical issues leading up to 2027.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.